Good afternoon. I'm Dan DeRosa with 19 News. Coming to you from our digital desk, we're going to take you live into an Akron courtroom where two men are on trial for murder. The jury has been deliberating in this case, and a verdict has been reached. So we're waiting for the reading of that verdict. It was August of 2023, and surely you have seen this video. Watch the Dodge Ram pickup truck in the left lane. You'll see someone appear out of the window and fire at that SUV. Those shots killed the 23-year-old who was driving, Marquise Banks. He died at the scene there. On trial are Cervantes Suggs and Amir Williams. Now, there was a third individual in that vehicle, Giovanni Porter. He agreed to testify truthfully as a part of a plea agreement to pleading guilty to a manslaughter charge, a much less charge than murder. We get the all rise in the courtroom, so let's take you to the verdict now in the shooting death of Marquise Banks, with the defendants Cervantes Suggs and Amir Williams facing murder.
All right, good afternoon. Please be seated. We are back on the record in the case of State versus Cervantes Suggs and Amir Williams. We sent you back with some special instructions at approximately 11:30 p.m. We received a response out from you on at 12:07, indicating that you have been unable to reach a verdict in this matter. Foreperson, do you have the jury forms or the verdict forms for me? Okay. Can you assist? All right. Actually, you've reached a verdict in one count.
That is correct.
Count 11. I will read that into the record in just a moment. All right. Verdict form number 11 reads, we, the jury in this case, being duly impaneled, sworn, and affirmed, do hereby find the defendant, Cervantes Russell Suggs, guilty of the offense of having weapons while under disability as charged in count 6. It goes on to say, and we do so render our verdict upon the concurrence of 12 members of said jury. Each of us said jurors concurring in said verdict signs their name hereto this 17th day of January 2025. Each juror has signed this form next to their juror number. Counsel, do you wish to inspect?
I'm fine, Judge.
All right, thank you. I've reviewed the remainder of the verdict forms. You have not signed or filled in any of the rest of them. Is that because you believe that you will be unable to reach a verdict in this matter?
That is correct.
Do you believe that any further deliberations would assist you in deciding this matter?
We do not.
All right. Counsel, do you want the jury polled on this issue?
No, Your Honor. No.
All right, thank you.
No, Your Honor.
As I indicated previously, you received this case at approximately 3:30 p.m. on Thursday, January 16th. You deliberated all day long. On Friday the 17th, you've returned today and deliberated through the morning. You have considered this case for a considerable length of time and reported to the court that you are unable to reach a verdict. The court accepts this conclusion and finds there is no probability of the jury agreeing. Prosecutor is instructed to prepare and present an entry on this finding. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I am going to discharge you at this time. I want to thank you on behalf of myself, on behalf of my staff, the citizens of this community, and the participants in this case for your service. I know it has been a difficult one, and we appreciate that. I will also release you from your instruction to not speak about this case, and you may do so. I'd like you to start with me. So I'm going to ask you to stay back in the jury room for just a moment so that I can thank you personally for your service here today. You are discharged. Thank you.
All right.
So there you have it, a hung jury in the case of Cervante Suggs and Amir Williams in the I-77 murder, guilty of just one charge, count 11, and that was having a weapon under disability. That means he was a felon in possession of a weapon, and that was for Cervante Suggs. The jury is being dispatched. This will has the potential to go to a retrial if the prosecution decides to do so.
All right.
So, I'll wait for Zach.
On the record, John.
Judge, what I would suggest is let us all digest this, see if the state's position changes, see if our client's position changes. So rather than set for a trial now, maybe come back for a status in a few weeks after everybody has a chance to kind of figure out what the next step is. Does that make sense?
That makes sense to the state, Your Honor.
Seems eminently reasonable to me. Counsel, do you want to do this on a call day afternoon or some other time?
Yeah, that's fine. Call it afternoon.
Let's see. We can do February 18th, March 4th. Is a month enough time to figure out where we're going with regard to this?
I would think a month would be enough.
Okay.
We do the fourth, Your Honor?
We can do March 4th at 1 p.m. if everyone's available on that day.
That works.
Do you want your clients brought here in person or will they appear via video?
I'm okay with Zoom on that, Judge.
I'm not good on March 4th.
Okay, we'll find another date.
How about March 11th?
I will be here.
That's fine. Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, does that work for everyone? March 11th?
Yes, Your Honor. Yeah, that's fine.
All right, we'll schedule the matter for a status conference on March 11th at 1 p.m. Defendants will participate via Zoom. Counsel, anything else we need to do for the record at this time?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
I don't think so, Judge.
All right. Thank you all very much.
Dan DeRose with 19 News. There you see one of the two suspects there. The other suspect is just down the table. We're talking about Cervante Suggs and Amir Williams. They will be remanded in custody. The jury coming back as a hung jury could not come in with a verdict on the majority of the charges. As you see, they're placing a cloth or a jacket over the handcuffs. That is so that if they were to see any jury members or potential future jury members, they're not seen in handcuffs, as that makes them look guilty. So that's why they do that. It is a perception thing. So the jury cannot find a verdict for those two individuals. Just leading out, again, we'll show you the video that you have probably seen by now. Watch the pickup truck in the left lane. You will see someone pop out of the window, fire a weapon at that SUV. Driving that SUV was 23-year-old Marquise Banks. He then collides with other vehicles. Banks was the only one who died in this. He was pronounced dead at the scene. There was a third individual in that pickup truck a man by the name of Giovanni Porter. He testified in this case. He gave his testimony so that he could plead to a lesser charge of manslaughter. Whatever he said in court was apparently not enough for the jury to find a conviction, even though he was there and gave his firsthand account of what happened that day back in August of 2023. They will have a status hearing in March to determine if the prosecution wants to proceed with another case. They will have to retry this in front of a new jury. This jury had broken deliberations. They started deliberating last Thursday for a time. They deliberated all day Friday. There was no court on Monday for Martin Luther King Jr. holiday, and then no court yesterday because of the temperatures and because of the weather. And then they deliberated this morning to come back and say that it could not be unanimous, a decision by that jury on the murder charges. So the prosecution will have to decide, do they want to proceed with a different set of charges or perhaps just reseat another jury and proceed with the trial all over again. Our Brittany Weir is down in Akron for this case. That shooting happened on I-77 in the community of Green as 77 goes through there. Brittany will have a complete wrap up on this when we start our 3.5 hours of news and first alert weather. Remember, today was a first alert weather day because of the dangerous temperatures. And in fact, it looks like we might be hearing, I'm going to stay with this for a second. This might be a family member of
I'm just going to hold this like this. I'll just hold it. Yeah,
of
you don't have to
Marquise
touch it.
Banks. This might be his mother. We'll see what she has to say here about the jury not being able to come in with a verdict. Let's listen in here.
Antionette.
Okay, Jones.
Jones. Jones.
You're an aunt of Marquise.
Yes.
Tell me what you're feeling, what you're thinking after that.
Just hurt. It's mine. Yeah. And I'm more hurt for his mother because she's going through so much and she's been so strong, and just to deal with the fact that she still has not gotten no justice. Not be able to sleep at night, tossing and turning, just trying to be strong, and that's the biggest thing, her, I'm here for her support, and it's just not right. It's just not right.
Frustrated that the jury didn't come? I mean, it's not one way or the other, or how were you surprised?
Both for right now. At least we know, it was a hungry, we still got hope, but this is not what we turned out to be,
Do you wish that they would have continued to keep talking it over and try to reach a resolution, or would you rather just start fresh again if the prosecution decides to?
It's going to be hard because you got to relive this all over again. That's the hardest part, because you have to do this all over again. And that's the hard part, So that's all I want to say. I'm just more concerned about my niece,
Anything about Marquise you want us to know, or anything you want us to express to what you've been through?
Marquise was a loving person, and he loved his family, and he didn't deserve that. He did not deserve that. In this day and time, this is what they're doing now. They have to learn to do it in a different way. No one deserves to lose their life. It's not fair. It's not fair to him,
And what took place on that highway? Terrifying, and to so many other people too, putting others at risk.
That too. And I could just imagine what he had to go through. It's not right. It's not. Justice. That's all I'm going to say, and I'm done.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Some comments from the aunt of Marquise Banks. You can hear the disappointment in her voice, saying justice, 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 that Marquise does not get justice today, at least in her eyes. The jury came back with a no decision The only charge that was guilty was a simple having a weapon under disability, meaning that Cervante Suggs was a felon in possession of a gun, which is obviously a felony. We will have a complete wrap up on this story and all of the news and weather. Don't forget, it is a first alert weather day when we start 3.5 hours of news and weather on Channel 19 at 3 o'clock. Until then, I'm Dan DeRose with 19 News. Have a good afternoon.
19 News is everywhere. Download our CTV apps and follow us on social media at Cleveland 19 News.